Okay, so I'm using these paper dolls, and I find them very effective. I mean, I've said before, you can use like wax candles that are shaped in human form. You can make them, you can draw them, you just be creative. I really like to use these because I can write the petition actually on the little puppet itself, and then I baptize them. They've excuse me, been baptized. I have a tendency of talking too quickly, so because I need to get so much information on this video in a short space of time, should I say. Anyway, this is going to be a working the client basically. I'm not going to say too much, but the guy in her life, there's another female, and we want to bind the female and other females away so that basically, I've done this spell many ways. I've done it with vinegar and a vinegar jar. It's similar to that. It's a Santissima Morte spell, as are most of my spells. Sometimes I incorporate the Goetia, but we're calling on the Black Santa Morte. I'm just going to pop her over here. I do like the statue to stand looking over the working as I do it. And I do commune with her basically when I'm writing up the petitions and stuff. I would say what we want, and hopefully with everything she will give us her best result. She will do what she feels is best for the client. So anyway, so this is going to be a two-part working. First of all, we want to get rid of any other female influence. For a love spell, I need to probably state this first of all. For a love working, sometimes it's not enough just to do the love working if there are other females or males, in the situation. That's a blockage, and that has to be removed first, and then the love spell gives you that clear runway for success. So that's what we're doing here. So what I've done is I've created one for him, been baptized, and this one is just a general one for all females. Known and unknown is what I like to write. And another thing that is very important is that you write on it, except for, and then the client or yourself. You don't want to exclude yourself from it, if that makes sense. So you need a jar. Now, this is a mixture I've made. It's not very pleasant, but it's designed to keep two people away from each other. And I'm going to anoint these with some oils, and then I'm going to pop them in the jar and put some of this stuff in it. So this is made up fresh, especially for this working. I've got a bit of everything in this. There's vinegar in it, there's lime, there's a bit of hot foot powder, but then again, it's specifically want to get rid of her, not him. So you have to make sure that you word your petition in a way that you're just chasing the females away. But I'm doing this in two parts, so I'll be drawing him closer to the client. So basically the client has known the person for a long time, and he's going off the rails a little bit, so we want to steady him, and that will be in the next part. But first of all, I'm going to get this done. So he's being baptized, and I just baptize these little puppets in the name of John Doe. I call down your mind, your body, your soul into this vessel. This is the vessel for John Doe. And then I would bless it, and I have water that I use, and that is a video that I will do. Now this is banishing oil, if you can get your hands on something similar. One second, because I make these in little batches, and I put tape around it, and because sometimes I carry them around in my handbag, you never know what you might make. So excuse me, I always like to put tape on them, because at the end of the day, I do not want this all over my handbag. or anything I'm carrying around with me. That's okay. So we're going to banish, and it's only on the female that we want to banish. So I put some on the head, the hearts, and the feet. Put it wherever you want. So our intention is just for the females to go, except for, of course, the client. We want to block a communication. If you have some sort of block communication, let me clean my hands. It's like we want to break down any communication that they have. Okay. All right, now I don't want to put them together and bind them. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't like using black yarn or anything. Yes, I do in the lime or the lemon spells, but in this occasion, I'm not putting their names or their faces, face to face. They're going to be back to back, so to speak, and like so. And actually, we'll turn that female upside down. We'll keep him like so they're not looking into each other's faces. That means, he's kept his mind. He's sitting upright. The females are all going down the way. So does that make sense? That's the way it will be in the jar. So we don't want them looking into each other's faces all in love and stuff. We don't want that. So we're turning things on their head. Okay. Now it's going to be a fiddly bit. Yeah, I'm going to do this off camera. Just give me a moment because it gets a bit fiddly. Okay, and I'm going to pour some of this liquid into the jar. I'm not going to fill it up to the top because there's gases with regards to vinegar and sulfur and stuff like that. That will do. So that is a nasty, pungent smell, and it is not very pleasant. So to darken the situation, I'm going to put in some black salt, some more black salt. As you know, black salt has a multitude of use. You can use it for banishing, hexing, protection. Depends on your intent, of course. This little bit of knotweed, that will stop the relationship from progressing with, whoever. I've got some separation now. That contains bits and pieces. Do I have a note of it? Yeah, dog grass and stuff. And I have some sulfur. Sulfur is really good. It gets the jar going, creates heat, especially with some cayenne pepper. That will really really get things moving. If you can get your hands on some sort of sharp, like a smashed light bulb is good. I've got shattered glass. That's going to be too big, isn't it? Yeah. 1 second. Okay, so I got some smashed glass in there and some black cat and black dog hair. Okay. I think I could go as far as putting a bit of destruction in there or do I? No, I'm going to leave that. I want to wait. I don't want it to cause, that's not very potent powder. I think I just leave that one. We don't want to cause too much, I don't want it to spill over. These things you have to be really careful. I was going to use that on the female, but we'll see. I want to see I can always update it with the client. I can always change it at a later date with the client. Yeah. Okay. So some chili. Again, really good for now. That's pretty much it. Quite a bit of stuff. I could put a bit of graveyard dirt. Yeah, graveyard dirt is good. It's not just for baneful magic. It's for anything you want to put a final end to. In this situation, we want to put an end to him seeing other females. So graveyard dirt is really good for that. It's excellent for putting a. Sorry for the noise. It's excellent for putting a final and drawing a big line underneath everything. That's what the graveyard dirt is for in that aspect. It's not for killing someone off in case anyone gets a bit anxious. So I'm going with that. That's enough. That's everything I need. And I'm going to pop the lid on this. You could put some needles, sharp objects, but I've got the glass, so that's adequate. This is quite, if you're going to do it, work with whoever is close to you, deity-wise. Like I said, the Santa Muerte is my patron, so you know what I mean. I'm not just jumping in and doing a spell with her. She knows what I want, and she basically, you know yourself, I have a long-term relationship with her. But whoever you work with, be it, I don't know, saints, whoever, call on them, should I say. And I will pop a little black candle. I'm going to dress this candle with some oils and put it on top of that jar. That jar will sit on her altar. And then we will get it deployed off to the graveyard. And we'll see how things go from there. The next video we'll be drawing in the reconciliation. Basically, we're drawing the guy back in again. But we want to see how things go. So I like to do breakups first, then reconciliations after that. You need to remove that person. You need to remove who's in the way. And then I'll do a reading for the client. So it's just to say that basically it takes a time to do these things. I get a lot of people. I'm going to dress this candle, sorry, in a minute. I get a lot of folks, and I'm repeating myself, I know this, but I get a lot of people and they think it's a one-night job and the video comes that night, but this is actually quite a bit of work. It takes time, and I like to not rush through anything that's spiritual, and you'll get your video as soon as I can. I want the video to go out to you. Basically, I want everything included. If there's anything that I'm picking up on or anything I want to suggest to you, basically that has to be included in the video. So if I was just to send you 5 minutes of me putting the jar together, I'm not sending you and if a message comes to me after I've shut the video down or something, I've missed out. I could obviously email you and stuff, but I like it to be included in the video, so to speak. So, work these jars for as long, changing the subject, of course, work these jars for as long as you feel necessary. If there's someone in your home you don't want to just hide it, cover it in a black cloth, and bring it out and burn your candle on it whenever you need. I will burn a candle on this probably each night until we get somewhere. I never keep these jars and honey jars mingled on the altar. They have two separate spaces because the energy is just something that doesn't want to be mixed. So do not put your breakup jar near your honey jars. I'm sure you all know that. It's common sense. But yes, I just want to emphasize that it does take time to do this, and I do work up to a week on cases. It just depends on my gut feeling how things go. Uh, it really depends. Uh, if there's a full moon coming, I will work over the full moon. I normally do a full moon ritual, and every client is included in that. That's something I'll show on the channel. So yeah, I mean, also I should say I'm doing like little tarot, just drawing a few tarot cards for the day kind of thing. That will be coming up maybe very very soon actually. Also, what was I going to say? I think that's really it. But like I said, you must cleanse after this. It's important to do cleansing. Uh, if you do not have Florida water or hyssop or let me think, a sage thingamajiggy. If you don't have access to sage to smudge yourself or anything like that, just put salt in the bath, and negativity cannot cross salt. So salt is very good to clean yourself down with after working like this. If you have a shower, put it in the shower, put it on the base. You could put it a little bit in a cup and just put it over your head kind of thing, and just visualize all the negativity draining off you. But yeah, that's really it. And like I said, this goes to the graveyard. If you're taking it to the graveyard, I have a graveyard etiquette that basically I pay the gatekeeper at the gate, and then if it's near a grave kind of thing, the grave gets paid as well. And I also leave coins on the way out, and I go home a different direction. That needs a separate video. That is extremely important because the spirits can attach themselves to you, and you need to be careful. So you could leave this at a crossroads or something like that. I don't know, or somewhere really negative. Use your imagination. That's really it. So it's thehouseofmagick@gmail.com, and for the client, you will get a reading separately. But yeah, I have some tarot readings coming. Just basic tarot readings. I thought I'd try and give something back. So watch the space, and see you again soon.